What is up, everyone? UFC 308, one of the biggest cards of the year, and even of the last 5 years, too. Max Holloway versus Ilya Topuria, and Robert Whitaker versus Hamzat Chimaev. I'm going to be going over every single fight in the card and predicting each and every single one of them. So, obviously, I'm going to start from the bottom. If you guys don't care about the bottom ones, I'm probably going to go through them pretty quick. So, or you could skip to, the main part of the video. Ibo Aslan versus Rafael Circualo or whatever his name is. I'm gonna go. At first, I was like Ibo Aslan. No, we don't know anything about this guy Rafael, but I did some research into this guy. I watched some of this guy's fights, and Rafael, he's a good fighter. He has good kicks, especially to the body. This guy, he'll chop at someone's body, and his kicks are very powerful. He can switch speed very well too. I saw in some of his fights, he'll go from being at a slow pace just to switching his speed up right away, and is able to knock someone out. His last like 5 fights, I believe, have been by knockout. So Ibo Aslan though, he's a really good boxer, and I think definitely better boxing than Rafael, whatever his last name is, and probably has more powerful hands. I'm gonna go Rafael Cerqueira. I think he'll get it done in maybe a decision, or honestly, I think he might hit a flying knee on Aslan. I've seen him do that in his fights, and I've seen Aslan be susceptible to flying knees. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Rafael, this unknown guy here. I'm gonna go with him. I think he's good enough to do it. The only way Aslan can do this is to make it just a scrappy fight and get a decision. Why can't I click on this? Hello? Hello? Whoa. We're having some technical difficulties. What's happening to my... What the hell? Okay, for some reason I cannot click on the Renat Fakhradinov fight and Ruzabiov fight. What did I have here? I think Renat, he's just better. Honestly, in every aspect of MMA, I believe Ruzabov, he's bigger, and the Joaquin Buckley, he did do decent. But yeah, Renat, he has really good ground game, which that's a one thing Ruzabov is better at, but Renat's ground game is just better too. His strikes are faster. I think he's more accurate. I think he's just straight up better. I'm gonna go Renat by KO. Islam Nadirov versus Bruno Silva. Bruno Silva's kind of old. I don't know. Does it say his age here? I don't know. He's kind of old, but I think his experience will take over, and I think he's overall just a better fighter. I think he'll tough out a decision. This one's honestly a pick 'em for me. What are the odds on this one? Let's see. Okay, it doesn't even say. But yeah. This one, let me see. I didn't even do any research into this fight, but I'm just gonna go with the favorite here, Farid Basharat, and also he's 12-0 too. This guy's actually I think I've seen him fight. He's actually pretty good, so I'm just gonna go Farid Basharat here. Kennedy, whatever his last name is, versus Justin Tafa. We have an unskilled Samoan once again. These guys have no skill. They're all fat too. But Justin Tafa's probably gonna KO Kennedy here. I think he's Kennedy's chinny too. We've seen him get dropped. We've seen him be wobbled. So yeah, who's the favorite here? Kennedy's favorite too. Yeah, if he picks Justin Tafa range, it'll be good. But here's the thing with these New Zealand guys, it's either they knock someone out or just fight a terrible fight. So I don't know, but I'm just gonna go Justin Tafa. Gut feeling there. Abus Magomedov versus uh Bruno Ferreira. Now, Abus, he has all the advantages as far as range. He needs to keep this fight at range and just needs to pick off Bruno Ferreira with his kicks. His kicks are going to be his main weapons here. And I do believe Abus will win the first, maybe even second round. But I think Bruno Ferreira will, I think his stamina's better. Abus, we've seen him gas out bad just after one round. And if he wants to grapple too, we've seen him gas out after grappling too. So I don't think he'll be able to submit Ferreira, and I do believe Ferreira will find his boost his chin, and yeah, I think he'll be able to he'll get that W. I think he'll knock out a boost in the second or third round. Yeah. Hold on, let me make sure I'm recording real quick. Yeah, I am. Okay, okay. Forgot for some reason I thought I wasn't recording. Said Nurmagomedov versus Daniel Santos. Uh Oh yeah, Said Nurmagomedov, he's actually better than Santos everywhere. If you watch these guys fight, Said I think is faster. His grappling is obviously pretty good. Look at his last name. Not even just that. I don't think he'll be able to submit Daniel Santos though. Daniel Santos has a really good jiu-jitsu, so I think that'll be a problem. So I think their ground game might cancel each other out actually, but I think Said will he'll just win a decision. I could see him laying on top of Santos for some time. I just think yeah, he's better straight up everywhere, and his hands I think are fast. I think he might even KO Santos too. So yeah, I'm gonna go with yeah, I'm gonna go with Nurmagomedov there. Matthias Rebecki versus Mitebek Orablai. What do I have here? I think their grappling cancels each other out. Or actually, I could see Mitebek getting the upper hand on that. Maybe they're against the cage and he's just holding on to him. But I don't Matthias Rebecca, his grappling is actually pretty good. So yeah, I don't think he'll be able to submit Matthias, even though that is a big part of Mitebek Orbai's game. But uh yeah, I'm gonna go with Mitebek. I think he might even be able to KO Rebecki. He's definitely longer too. Pause. He's taller. His wow, a 8-inch reach advantage and leg reach too. 5-inch or 4-inch reach advantage with the legs. So yeah, I think he will do good on the feet, and I think he'll just win a dominant decision or late second round knockout. Jeff Neal versus Rafael dos Santos. I think Rafael dos Santos, he is ranked in the welterweight division. I did not even know that, you know. Um but I just think this is a mismatch as far as size. I think Jeff Neal's just he's bigger. Uh he's fought more at welterweight. Did Wasn't Dos Santos' last fight at 150 155 or something? Uh I don't know. I think so. Against a Gamrot or something. Am I tripping? Did that happen? No, that did happen. Gamrot beat him. I just think Jeff Neal. I think he's physically just way bigger. Um, Dos Santos he's used to losing, and yeah, Jeff Neal his boxing is really good, and I think he'll use his physicality and just outbox Dos Santos. I don't know if he'll finish him. I don't think he'll finish him. Yeah, I think decision for Jeff Neal. Yeah. Sharabutin Magomedov versus what's it called? Armin Petrosian. This is a good fight, and I like this a lot. I like Sharabutin Magomedov a lot because he shows that he's very beatable. All his fights are scraps, and he very entertaining. Um, Armin Petrosian, this guy's good though. His striking's very good. He's similar to Magomedov in a way that he kicks a lot too. He's just a striker. So this is obviously going to be a stand-up fight. I don't think any of them are going to grapple. Um, obviously. Yeah, I think Sharabutin will get this. I think he'll hit the cleaner shots, and Yeah, I think his kicks are just they're so good. He only uses his legs. His boxing isn't even all that. It's just his kicks. Obviously, Armin Petrosian, his boxing I think is better, and I think that definitely could be a problem. We've seen people use their hands against Magomedov and straight up just box him, but Magomedov he always gets away with the win, and I mean that in a good way. He'll scrap a fight, and I just think I think he'll hit the cleaner shots against Petrosian, and I don't think he'll put him away. I think this will be a decision. Maybe Petrosian will get one round, but I think each round will be kind of scrappy. But Sheributin Magomedov he'll just get the cleaner shots with his feet. Like his kicks are crazy. He's so entertaining. Yeah, kind of dick ride him. Now I have had an epiphany about this fight. At first, I was like, this is a close fight, but I think Uncle Live's gonna get it. Today I had an epiphany. I watched the both of these guys fight. Alexander Rakic is better than Magomed Ankalaev at MMA. Alexander Rakic, you watch this guy strike. He is the most satisfying striker in the UFC. Everything he does is perfect. His defense to boxing could be better, but I think what are the odds here? These are like this is crazy disrespectful to Rakic. I think Rakic is gonna win. I think if he comes back as a guy who's coming up, the guy who fought Anthony Smith, the guy who just the guy like he's so good, and I think Magomed Ankalaev, I think he has a problem now to where he's a grappler who fell in love with striking, and I don't think that's good. I even had on my notes here, what's it called? That Ankalaev was gonna win. But I just today, like I was like, I looked at their fights. Rakic is longer too. He's bigger. His reach, he has bigger reach. His leg kicks are so good. He has the best leg kicks in the UFC by far. There's no one. They're so good. Um, I know I'm kind of deriding here, but I don't care. I think Magomed could definitely win this, but I don't know. I think Rakic's his initial takedown defense is actually very good. He's very fast. His sprawls are very good, and Ankalaev's style of takedown, I think that's perfect for Rakic to counter. If he wants to go, if they're in the middle of the cage and Ankalaev wants to take him down, he's not taking down Rakic. He's got to get him against the cage. Now Rakic does have a problem. We did see Anthony Smith take his back multiple times, but as much as I want to don't want to admit it, Anthony Smith is not bad at taking people's backs. But I think Ankalaev will want to keep this standing. I think he's fell in love with this striking, which I don't blame him. His striking, he's one of the best strikers in the 205 division. But I just think if Ankalaev wants to play the striking game, he's gonna get caught by Rakic. Rakic is gonna chop his body. He's gonna chop his calves. I just had an epiphany about the Rakic is gonna win. He's gonna beat Ankalaev, and I think they should give him a title shot after that. But that's for another video. That's for another day. But I think Rakic is gonna win. He's so good. Like him losing to, I thought he was gonna run through Yuri Prohaska, and he was for the first round. I just think the reason he lost to Yuri is because he was off for a while with an injury, and Yuri was on some demon spiritual stuff. So yeah. He's better at MMA. He shouldn't lose this. Stylistically, he's just better. I could definitely see Ankalaev knocking Rakic out. Rakic is a little chinny, but Rakic is gonna win. This is probably like my biggest like hot take here because look at the odds. Look at the odds on this. But I think Rakic has this. I think he's gonna do it. And I think I don't know. Like I just Ankalaev could make it like a fight where he just sits on Rakic, but I don't think Rakic's counter grappling and his grappling, offensive grappling itself is pretty good too. I have Rakic. He's gonna win. He's gonna win. I have nothing else to say. Lerone Murphy versus Dan Ige. Um, only way for Lerone Murphy to win is to pick apart Dan Ige at range. At first, I think I had Dan Ige. I thought Dan Ige was gonna knock Lerone Murphy out, but now that I think of it, Lerone Murphy, he's undefeated. That performance against Edson Barboza was pretty good. Um, I just think he'll pick Dan Ige at range. Uh, Obviously he's taller, he's longer. That's his style too. But don't get me wrong. Don't get it mistaken. If Dan Ige gets in size and just, I could very well see him chinning Murphy, but that will have to be in the later rounds, which is only a 3 round fight. I think if Dan Ige wants to win, he needs to get a better start. Some of his fights he doesn't have good starts, and I think Lerone Murphy he'll win the first, second round, and if Dan Ige wants to win, he needs to knock him out in the third. Um, but I'm gonna go with more likely. Lerone Murphy, he's good. I think he will pick apart Dan Ige at range. But if Dan Ige finds his flow with his boxing, it'll be a bad day for Lerone Murphy. So this one is kind of tossed up for me. But I could definitely see Dan Ige just chinning Murphy. I really can see that. I, I'm gonna go Lerone Murphy by decision. I don't think he'll knock out Dan Ige. That's very hard to do. The co-main event. Hamzat Chimaev taking on the number, I think he's number 3 ranked. The number 3 ranked middleweight. Number 12 versus number 3, Hamzat Chimaev, the boogeyman, versus Robert Whitaker, the boogeyman. A lot of people have Robert Whitaker winning this, but they're wrong. Hamzat, I think he's gonna. Remember when Hamzat ragdolled Li Jingliang and everyone was like, "What the? Like, what just happened? This guy's crazy. Like, he's so good." He might just go out there and do that to Robert Whitaker, and I think he will. Let's talk about it. Hamzat's straight up just a better grappler. I've seen a lot of people saying that Robert's counter grappling will be very good, which it is. Robert Whitaker is also one of the best grapplers in the middleweight division, but I don't think his grappling is on par with Hamzat's, and I think he'll get this done in the first or second round. The people that Hamzat Chimaev are training with, Hamzat is training with the best wrestlers, the best coaches you can possibly train with in the world. There is no one better than who Hamzat is training with. If you want to do some more research yourself. See who Hamzat's training with. And I just think Hamzat's locked in for this. He said he's gotten a new team that won't let him get sick. He's not overtraining. The reason Hamzat would get sick is because that guy would overtrain. And that obviously, like, that's pretty crazy to think about, right? But he's with a new team that lets him get the proper rest he needs. Hamzat's also bigger too. I've been seeing some posts on Instagram, not the photoshopped ones, like actual from Hamzat's stories and stuff. Like, listen, I'm not fanboying here, but Hamzat's also bigger too, I believe. And I think he's gonna give it to Rob. And we've seen Rob, like, not necessarily give up, but look at what Dricus did to him. Dricus was able to get Rob down and open him up on the ground. And that will and I think that will happen with Hamzat. Hamzat will do that to him. Now let's talk about it. Everyone's going to be wondering, what if Hamzat can't take him down? If Hamzat cannot take Robert Whitaker down in this fight, then Robert Whitaker is probably going to win. But people like to forget. People think Hamzat's not a threat to Robert Whitaker on the feet at all. Are you crazy? Do you really believe that? Are you forgetting that Hamzat he's knocked people out cold? And stylistically, what has Robert Whitaker been hit with in his career? Dricus, if I'm not mistaken, he was southpaw, or it doesn't matter what he was. Robert Whitaker has a problem. He'll blitz in sometimes and he'll get caught with a straight right to his chin. It happened with Dricus. And what does Hamzat do very well? He catches people with shots like that. He caught Kamaru Usman with a shot like that a couple times, and I think he can especially catch Robert Whitaker with a shot like that if he switches to southpaw. Hamza Chimaev likes to switch stances. He does it all the time. The reason he does it is because he can shoot from any leg. Also, people are forgetting, and I think that's just part of his style. He switched stances on the feet. Hamza's kicks aren't going to do anything to Robert Whitaker. And Robert Whitaker, he'll definitely obviously be a problem on the feet. He's better. He's a better striker than Hamza, but I don't think his striking will be enough to knock Hamza out early. Robert would have to have a good start, but Hamza's gonna ragdoll Robert Whitaker in the first round and put him away. I think he's either gonna rear naked choke Robert Whitaker, ground and pound, or they might end it. You know that position where a person's on a person's back and they're flattened and their opponent's flattened out and they're just raining bombs to the side of their head. I think that will very well happen to Robert Whitaker. I think Hamza's going to ragdoll Robert Whitaker in the first round or second round. And do not be surprised if Hamza knocks him out on the feet. Like I explained earlier, Robert Whitaker has a problem getting hit with straight shots. And Hamza, those are the only shots he hits. He throws 1-2s a lot. He throws jabs a lot. He doesn't throw long jabs a lot, which I think he could do against Robert Whitaker, but I don't know, man. I don't see Rob getting out of this. Rob's kicks could be a problem, but we're saying that as if they're gonna be on the feet the whole time. They're not. I think Hamza's gonna get it done in the first round. He's gonna finish Robert Whitaker in the first round. Some are on the floor, some are on the ground. He'll get it done. I mean, people really are forgetting who this guy is. We're talking about a guy who went out there and just ragdolled Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland's obviously, he's not a better counter grappler to Robert Whitaker, but name someone else who's done that. No one has ever done that to Kevin Holland. No one has. Please show me who has done that. Ragdolling Li Jingliang like that. I know that was old, but even being able to take down Gilbert Burns. I know he didn't keep Gilbert Burns down, but being able to take him down and keep him down for I think he kept him down for like a minute or so. Taking down Kamaru Usman and keeping him down for 5 minutes, and taking him down whenever he wanted to. Hamza's just like, he's gonna take down Robert Whitaker, and it's gonna be sad for a lot of you guys, even me too, to see someone like Robert Whitaker just get tossed around like that. But it's gonna happen, and yeah, I think Hamza by first round finish. Now, say theoretically this goes past the second round, this would definitely be a problem for Hamza. Robert Whitaker could start to flow and piece Hamza up, and that's a big problem. But I just don't see it getting past the second round. I really don't. And yeah, I just don't. And I have a feeling Hamza's, I know it's just like coming out of the thin air, but I have a feeling Hamza's stamina is going to be better too. Not even close to Robert Whitaker's stamina. But yeah, I think I've just been yapping. I've been saying the same thing. Hamza, first round finish. Now let's get to the main event. Ilia Topuria versus Max Blessed Holloway. I don't know why I did that accent, but let's get into it. Max Holloway had an amazing performance against Justin Gaethje. He had an amazing performance against Calvin Kattar, Brian Ortega, Jose Aldo. But unfortunately, none of those guys are Ilia Topuria. We've seen Max Holloway struggle with shorter guys before. Volkanovski. I don't even have to say anything else. I'm just gonna say it. Volkanovski. That's the only guy I need to say. I think Max will win the second round. He'll win both of those rounds, maybe even. But Ilia Topuria is so good This guy has power that Max Holloway has never seen before. And I mean never seen before. I had someone say to me that Poirier, McGregor, and like Gaethje had more power than Ilia Topuria, and Max Holloway beat those guys, or fought those guys. Sorry, uh, no, they don't. Ilia Topuria, maybe some of them hit harder, but there's a difference between hitting harder and being able to knock someone out. Ilia Topuria knocks people out. How he's positioned, how he boxes, he gets under people's chins and is able to just shut their lights out. He did it against Volk, and I want people to go rewatch that Volk fight. Volk was not slow. He didn't even look washed. Ilya just caught him with a good shot that I don't think anyone at 145 can survive a shot like that. Ilia Topuria is so good. I think he's gonna get inside and find Max's chin, and he's gonna put Max Holloway's lights out. Max Holloway's gonna get knocked out for the first time. You guys are gonna see Max Holloway go out cold. Maybe it'll be Max Holloway against the cage. Maybe it'll be in the middle of the octagon. But over that 5 rounds, I know damn well Max Holloway's not finishing Ilya. Max Pillow Hands Holloway. No disrespect to him, but he's not knocking Ilya out. He's not TKOing him. I think he'll definitely make Ilya bleed. And that's about it. Over that 5-round fight, it doesn't matter. Ilya could be down 4 rounds. In the last round, he'll knock out Max. It doesn't matter. Ilya's going to find Max's chin. He's going to get inside, and he's going to get under his chin and knock Max out cold. Let's say he can't do this. Let's say Ilya cannot find his chin, and Max is just outboxing him. People like to forget Ilia Topuria is a grappler first. Right? People don't know that. Ilia Topuria, his grappling is very good. Now, I don't think it's like dominant enough to keep Max on the floor or even take him down a lot of times. But if he has to resort to that, he can. Okay, sorry. Let me just go back to the Robert Whittaker and Hamzat fight. It's kind of random, but also I know I just randomly thought of this now. Bear with me for a second. Robert Whittaker likes to blitz in a lot. Hamzat can easily time a blitz of Robert Whittaker to a takedown. And Hamzat is the type of fighter to do that because he sticks to his wrestling. Even more of a reason why he will win. Sorry about that. I don't know why I just had to dick ride Hamzat randomly. But yeah. Ilia Topuria is going to find Max Holloway's chin. You guys are going to see Max go out cold. Now, Max's kicks actually can be a big problem. You know, spinning kicks. But he doesn't have kicks that can go that high. I don't think he has any kicks that could really hurt Ilya like Jai Herbert did. He doesn't have those types of kicks. So yeah, I think also Ilya's calf kicks are really good. He shat on Volk a little bit with those too. So yeah, I just they have the same reach, eh? I did not know that. But whatever. Ilya's gonna find Max's chin, and it's inevitable. Ilya, he's never lost. Also, you look at guys who have multiple losses on their record. I think they're okay with losing. Sorry, not okay with losing, but it doesn't matter as much to someone who doesn't have a loss on their record. And I think if this wants to be a scrappy fight, Ilya he can still make it a scrappy fight. And let's say Ilya can't find Max's chin and he can't knock him out. I still think Ilya will just hit the better shots. And I think he'll be able to slip under Max's shots a lot too. So yeah, Ilya by KO any round. He's gonna find Max's chin. Come back to his video when you guys see me saying that Ilya's gonna knock Max out. Max Holloway's gonna get slapped this fight. You guys will see. Those are my predictions for UFC 308, one of the best cards we've seen. Let me know what you think about my predictions in the comments. If you disagree with any of them, whatever, I don't care. I know I had some hot takes on here, like Hamza ragdolling Robert Whitaker. I don't think it's a hot take. It's gonna happen. Or Rakic beating Ankalaev. That's a hot take, and I'm still not even too sure about that. But I just think Rakic is better. Let's stop yapping though. Let's end the video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Share the video with your friends. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's everything I need to say. Comment below if you have any opinions about this. I'll make sure to reply to all of them. So yeah, UFC 308. I'm excited. Peace out.